Hi everybody, my name is Giovanna. I am a foster with Animal Allies of Texas. I am also a member of the Board of Directors with Animal Allies of Texas. Just to kind of give you a little background on Animal Allies of Texas, we have been around since 2001. We were founded by a very small amount of people that believed that dogs were more important than money. And they believed that no matter what the circumstance, that every animal should have an opportunity and a chance to be in the world and be taken care of and loved and appreciated and cherished for being a family member, like every family member should be. So to start us off for North Texas Giving Day, I wanted to share my experience with Animal Allies of Texas and why I choose to volunteer, why I foster, and why I feel blessed to be a part of the Animal Allies of Texas board. The way I came in to be with Animal Allies of Texas is I worked at a pet food store, and I was there on the day that a person brought in a little dog that was about 25 pounds maybe, and she was covered in mats, and she was brown, and some people had found her out in the rain. And this was back in, had to be about 2016, 2015. And it was November, so it was very cold, and a wet puppy needed somewhere to go. And so I always would take in strays and do what I could to vaccinate and things like that and find them a new home. And this time I had this dog for about a day, and it started bleeding when it would use the bathroom, and I was petrified. And so I took it to the vet, and turns out that she had some digestive issues and that she would be okay. And that vet visit was about $100, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a little bit more expensive than it normally is for me. And I was like, okay, no big deal. I'm still gonna do what I have to do for this poor baby, because you can't just not do anything. And so me working at this retailer, we had a rescue group that wanted to host Pictures with Santa, where you could bring your dog or your child and do pictures with Santa. And I was super thrilled, and I was like, oh, I have to bring my dogs. This is gonna be great. And then I thought to myself that doing pictures with Santa with this dog that I had found would be a great way to get it adopted. And so I took her up there, and she was a poodle schnauzer mix, a schnoodle, if you will. And I had named her Doodle, and she was amazing, and I really loved her, but she was vicious. And she was only nice to me and some of the other employees there. And I didn't know how the pictures were going to go, but I wanted to really try. And so they had their own Santa. His name is Craig, and he would play Santa. And Santa Craig was the best, and he was really, really gentle with her, and he took his time, and she was petrified and growling, and he was like, no, it's okay, I got it. And scared off to the side, they took the picture. And in that time, I was introduced to Nancy. Nancy is one of the founders of Animal Allies of Texas, and we talked, and she asked me, how I was doing it, and that was expensive, that trying to find a home for a dog and getting it up to date with everything, and getting it prepared to move on to somebody else, as well as finding somebody else to adopt the dog, could be really hard alone, and that if I wanted help, that I was more than welcome to integrate my foster dog Doodle into the group, and that they'd be happy to cover the expenses and things like that via the rescue. And I was hesitant at first because I'd never been with a rescue before, and I'd never really trusted any other person with a dog that I had personally taken care of. And so it was a really big deal for me, and it was difficult. And when I finally took the leap of faith to join Animal Allies of Texas, it was an amazing experience. Doodle, who is now known as Bella, she has a wonderful home in McKinney, and she has a loving mama, and a beautiful, beautiful home. And she picked her person. She hated everybody except for me and a few select others. And seeing her go from a brown dog that was matted and looked almost like a golden retriever to a white poodle mix, it was crazy. And getting her fixed and vaccinated and microchipped and finding her a home, I don't know how I planned on doing it alone. I foster because I believe that animals are family. And I foster with Animal Allies of Texas because they also believe that animals are family. If there's anyone that I would donate to this North Texas Giving Day on September 19th, it's Animal Allies of Texas.